Good morning, Multiverse. Hey there, friends and foes. This is Back of the Cereal Box, Back Issue Breakfast Club. And this morning, I am going to be reviewing the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles mashup, team up, graphic novel. And we are going to do that right after this.
It's like Coca-Cola, Levi Strauss, Johnny Carson and Mickey Mouse. The first star was James Dean, Elvis Presley, and he's still the king. Some things are only imitatable. You can't beat an original. Oh, you can't beat an original.
Hey there, friends and foes. Welcome back to the Virtual Rec Room. This is Back of the Cereal Box. I am your host, the prophet of pop culture, John Pica. You can call me Johnny. And this morning, I am enjoying some Magic Spoon cocoa-flavored cereal. And you can find out more about that. See my full review here on the channel. It's delicious. And whenever you're reading comics, there's no better snack than a fun, flavorful bowl of cereal. And we are called Back of the Cereal Box because I'm of an age that we did not have smartphones or tablets at the breakfast table on Saturday mornings. We were reading the Back of the Cereal Box, and that was our newspaper. That was our world in between cartoons, kaiju, kung fu movies, and even later on in the afternoon, after the cartoons and pro wrestling and all of that has gone off TV, we're sitting down in the living room in the beanbag chair with some comics and a bowl of cereal. And who am I? I am the prophet of pop culture, John Pica. You can call me Johnny. And Avengers comic books, Star Wars movies, and Saturday morning cartoons made me who I am today. And this podcast is all about celebrating the fun of the Saturday mornings of our youth while navigating adulthood. We really celebrate the Saturday, the weekend experience of our youth. Now, this morning, we're going to talk about this book, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers / Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is a co-production by Boom, IDW, Hasbro, and Nickelodeon. So I've got to confess something to you. The Ninja Turtles came out late in the 80s. I was already in high school. I was aware of them in comic book form. I had read a couple of the original issues. I was intrigued by them. I was aware of them. And when the cartoon series came out on Saturday mornings, I was already past the age demographic. And so I really never got into watching the cartoon series. I'm going to change that soon. Likewise, a few years later, when the Power Rangers hit the airwaves on Fox, and I believe both of these were on Fox, I was actually kind of excited. I was a freshman in college, and I was actually living on my own in an apartment. And I remember that morning tuning in to see the debut of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and being super disappointed. And you got to understand, the previews made it look like this super high energy action adventure. And yes, it was, but it was a super high action adventure aimed for young kids. And I just was not in the demographic. And I felt like it was silly, a little bit stupid, just very insipid. And I was not a fan. I was totally disappointed. And I've not really gotten into the Power Rangers at all since then. Now, the recent movie that came out a few years ago that did not do very well, I actually enjoyed. I thought that was a great movie because they treated the Power Rangers pretty seriously. like, a real superhero team. But even then, the TV shows just never worked for me. But then I picked this up because if I'm going to celebrate the fun of the Saturday mornings of my youth, I need to be more familiar with some of the material that I skipped out on back in those days. And so I picked this up at the recommendation of my friend Ryan Permisson. And I got to tell you, I read all. How many issues was this collecting? It doesn't say, I don't think, but it's several issues, and it was a series, and I skipped it when it came out, but I sat down to read this, and I read it in one sitting. It captivated me. It's by Ryan Parrott, Simone DeMeo, and Walter Biamonte. Now, the cover artwork is one of my all-time favorite artists, Dan Mora. I got to tell you guys that in comic book form, this reads like any other comic book super team. It was exciting. It was not silly. It felt like there were real stakes. And basically the story is Tommy, the Green Ranger, goes missing. And the Power Rangers track him to New York City, where he's gone deep, deep undercover to infiltrate the Foot Clan and to rescue his friend who had joined the Foot cult. But along the way, they come afoul of the Turtles and they fight first, and then they realize that they're actually on the same side. Here's them meeting. Great, great splash page. And once they realize that they're on the same side, they come together and they face off against Rita Repulsa and the Shredder to take down the Foot Clan, to rescue Tommy and to rescue Tommy's friend. And I just have nothing but praise for this story. Never once did it feel silly. Never once did it feel juvenile. Even look, here's one of the beasts, Wildfire. He looks like a real threat. Even Goldar seemed like a real threat. And they did a great job writing Casey Jones. And even April O'Neil gets into the fighting action because, you know what? I'm just going to say it. Spoiler alert. Shredder and Rita discover a way to block the Power Rangers' access to the power coins. And so the Turtles plus April have to take up the mantle of the Power Rangers, and they become the new Go Turtle Rangers. Super fun moment. Super fun. And just everything about this story I loved. If you are looking for a fast-paced action adventure that is reminiscent of the Saturday mornings of your youth, if you loved the Power Rangers, if you loved the Ninja Turtles cartoons, and you always dreamed of seeing them team up, well, here you go. Here you go. So really pretty awesome stuff, and check it out. Now, before we go, I need to acknowledge our sponsors, our partners, the Murdering Crows. They did the theme song that you heard at the top of the show. Their album, Four Bad Crows, is available at Amazon, Google, Apple Music. And while you're at Amazon, check out my book series, Tales of the Decoverse, Night Reich, One Night at the Roxy, and the League of Impossibilists comic book. And you can get those at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or wherever you buy books. And, of course, we want to thank our supporters, our super fans, Charisse Collins, Cindy Kep, Brian Huff, Dave Manginelli, Dave Mattingly, Crystal Raven Jones, and Eli Cash. They support us at buymeacoffee.com/cerealboxpod. And if you like our show, you can have your name in lights as well. You can buy us 1, 2, 3 bowls of cereal. And if you hate our show, buy us a whole box of cereal so that we can improve the show to make it better for you. And since we're talking about comics, we need to acknowledge another one of our partners, Comic Books for Kids.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit cb4k.org.
They're awesome. We're so excited to be partnered with them. Now, you might be saying, Johnny, where can I get this trade paperback collection? You can go to your local comic book shop, or if they don't have it, our partner at Things from Another World, TFAW, they will have it, and I will post the link in the notes below. All you got to do is click the link and go over to TFAW and grab the Power Rangers Ninja Turtles crossover trade paperback edition. It's fast, it's fun, it's everything you want in a team up between the Power Rangers and the Ninja Turtles. I loved it, and I think you will love it too. And with that, thank you guys for watching. If you like the show, like it, comment, share, subscribe on whatever platform you're watching. Donate at buymeacoffee.com/cerealboxpod. Tell 200-300 of your closest friends and family to come share the fun. And until the next time, love you, mean it. We'll catch you on the back of the cereal box.